Hi everyone, I'm Sandy with In the Kitchen with Sandy, and today I'm going to be making homemade Salisbury steak. It's very simple to make and it's really delicious. It's really good this time of year when it's nice and chilly out still. What we'll be needing is some ground beef. This is ground chuck. I like to use it because it seems to have more flavor because it's got a little bit more fat in it. We also have some beef broth, mushrooms, and cut up onions, and I just kind of half those, and 2 tablespoons of butter. And this right here is a package of mushroom gravy mix, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that. And then we also have a teaspoon of black pepper, a half a teaspoon of salt, some finely chopped onions, a teaspoon of garlic powder, an egg, breadcrumbs, flour, and about 1.5 cups of water. And what we're going to start with is we're going to crack our egg, put it into the bowl here. These are really super good. And like I said, they're so easy to make. And then we're going to add our onion, our salt, our black pepper, and our garlic powder. And I'm not adding fresh garlic to this because I don't like the extra bite that you get from the garlic with the Salisbury steak. I like it to have just like a hint of garlic. Not really the robust garlic flavor because it's not an Italian dish. Okay, and then we're going to add some breadcrumbs. We're just going to add enough to make it where you can form it into a nice patty. And one thing that I did forget that we are going to add is Worcestershire sauce. You need about 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. That'll do it. And then my hands are clean, so I'm just going to go in and start mixing it around. And this is very easy to make. And you just want to get it to where it's a consistency to where it's going to stay together. Like I said, be able to form some patties. You might have to add a few more breadcrumbs. I think I'm going to need just a little bit more. Push it down in there. It smells really good already. And when you fry up hamburgers, they kind of get like a, a more of a harder texture to them, but the breadcrumbs really softens them and makes them more like your Salisbury steak consistency. So we're just going to keep mixing this together. Almost there. Okay. The meat's very cold, so you have to kind of go fast with this. All right, let's see where we're at with it. All right. And you're just going to take a big ball of it like you're making meatballs, and you just kind of start patting it out. Very simple. And these are going to go excellent with the mashed potatoes that I have. Or if you don't have mashed potatoes made, you can always throw these over some like buttered egg noodles. With buttered egg noodles, that would be wonderful too because it's going to make a nice gravy. And so we're just going to pat these out. Okay, I've got them all rolled up here, or patted out, you could say. I got 6 good sized ones, and I got a little baby one. So we're going to go ahead and cook that. We're not going to waste that. That's just a little miniature deliciousness of it. I'm going to go ahead and add the 2 tablespoons of butter. And once we get that moving around there, I'll drop the mushroom in there. Takes a few minutes for my stove to get warm, or my stove top to get warm. And once we get that moving around there. And 2 tablespoons of butter is not really a lot of butter, so don't be saying, oh, I can't make that. Got too much butter in it. You want a nice, rich, creamy mushroom sauce to go over. And then once we got that going, we're going to go ahead and add our onions and our mushrooms. And we're going to get that stirring around. Okay. So as the pan gets on there. And I'm not going to add any salt to the mushrooms just yet, because the salt makes them draw out the moisture, and I don't really want them to wilt up. I want them to develop a nice, consistency and a nice color. So we're just going to cook these around, and this is probably going to take, about 5 or 6 minutes to get these to where I want them at. Okay, this is about the consistency that I want them, because we're going to finish cooking in the broth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dish these out into a bowl, because we have to prepare our Salisbury steaks. Put those in a bowl, and we're just going to hold off on those. Scrape it all the way in there. Okay, we're going to put those off to the side. And then we're going to go ahead and add our little patties in. And we're going to get those started. Oh, it smells really super good. Now you're just going to brown these. You're not going to cook these all the way through, because you're going to add everything back in. And then you're going to cook them all together. Try to make room for all of them. And again, you're just going to brown these on both sides. And get those started. It should only take about maybe 2 to 3 minutes on each side. And like they're turning nice and brown on that side, so I'm going to flip them over. And again, they cook for about maybe 3 minutes on that side, 2 to 3 minutes maximum. And we're just going to go ahead and brown them on this side, another 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, I brought them on both sides, and I just plated them up. And now I'm going to add my mushrooms and onions back in there. And then I'm going to add a little bit of flour. This is going to thicken it up real well. Give that a stir for a minute or two. You don't see the flour, the whiteness of the flour anymore. And I'm going to add my beef broth. Turn it up just a little bit. Get started. About a cup and a half of water. Mix that together real good. And we're going to bring it back up to a boil. I'm going to turn it up a little bit just to get it started. And this is just the mushroom gravy mix. Very simple. It's going to make it very tasty because you have the beef and the mushrooms. So just kind of sprinkle it around in there, and it's also going to thicken it. So we're just going to bring this back up to a boil, and then we're going to add the meat back in it. Look at at that golden brown color. Okay, it started boiling and I've got it stirred real good. So right now I'm going to go ahead and add the Salisbury steak patties back to it. Just going to drop them right down in there. And we're going to cook these for about 5 to 6 minutes on each side. And then we're going to turn them over just to make sure that they have cooked evenly and that they're done throughout. And submerged down in that delicious, delicious sauce, golden sauce. Get one little baby one you can get in there. Gotta make room for the baby one. And then we're just going to cook this for, like I said, about 10 to 12 more minutes, and then we'll plate it up. These are done. That nice golden brown juice. So I'm going to go ahead and spoon me one out. Put just some mushrooms right on top of it. Look at that. Absolutely delicious. Of course, I got a try a bite. Look, done all the way through. So I'm going to try a bite. This is going to be hot. Very hot, but very, very delicious. And like I said, you can serve this over mashed potatoes. If you don't have any potatoes, you can do buttered noodles, and it would be wonderful. So I hope you give this a try. I hope you give me a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe because there's lots and lots and lots more videos coming your way.